Yo, what's going on? Check this out. I just got back from Chicago maybe like 3 minutes ago. I got this in the mail. Got my Glock stippled. This is from Alpha Dog Arms, the Battle Weave. And I also got double undercuts and even stippled the bottom of this, which is nice. Look how sick that looks. That's pretty dope. I'm excited for this thing. Ha. But while I was in Chicago for the past week, I was staying with multiple one of my relatives, like some people here, some people there, some people over there. Also reading the book, The 4 Hour Work Week, which talked about these mini retirements where just, hey, go spend 3 months living in Prague or 3 months in Buenos Aires, which is I think in Argentina or something, or go, spend some time here, spend some time there. And you don't need to like live in just one place to be centrally tied to it. And like a lot of you guys, we watch the video, you probably live, you work like a job you have to go to. It's not an option for you, right? But the book kind of covers that, like, becoming working remote and then eventually having your own gigs, which will, you can just free to travel wherever you want. And I was thinking, like, what am I doing here in Texas? I love the place, obviously, and I have this amazing, dope apartment here. All these windows, everything I love about it. But I really, because I'm young, I want to go out and see the world. I want to do things, like exciting things, and look back on them. And as I get older too. So what am I doing here? I'm spending like what, 5-6 grand in expenses per month to live here. And if I want to just, hey, go to like, Argentina for 3 months, I can't do that because, expenses here, then I have expenses over there. But living abroad is so cheap. But the problem is I still have this apartment here. So why don't I just get rid of it? Because at the same time, I was talking to my mom about, does she want to come and leave California and move to Chicago? Should I move in with them? I obviously moved out of my parents' place because I just could not live in California. I'm never going back to that slum hole to live. I would visit as much as I could. But if we both were to, live back in Chicago and I just didn't have any expenses with the apartment, obviously I'd take care. We could sell the house there and, get a same size place for half the price, even less in Chicago. Then I could just go out and do things. I could just spend, 3 months in Spain. I could spend, 2 months here, 1 month there, and just go out and like see the world and travel, which would be even cheaper than just living in an apartment. Because they think in the book he talked about if you just want to live in Spain or Berlin and run you like, $1,500, $2,000 a month, including like all the expenses. He got airfare for free, which I'm not sure how that would work. But I want to do fun stuff like that. But I feel so tied down to a low power mode, tied down to this apartment. As much as I love this place, like, let's be honest, like, do I really need this TV? Do I really need all this stuff here, this couch, essentialist stuff? Although it's nice to invite people over, like, I would much rather be location independent, where I could just go anywhere I want. So I was thinking about that, and also, what if I just got rid of all this stuff I bought, which cost so much money and be so expensive? It looks like I spent like 10 grand, or maybe not that much, but like more than 4 grand, like furnishing this whole apartment. Like all the stuff adds up. You guys have furnished an apartment before, so that would suck. But if I just got like a furnished apartment, I could be one step closer to being location independent. Where, hey, I'll just get that apartment for 6 months and spend the next 3 months here, and then go there for the next 3 months. And my job is hey, Lychee, miss my baby girl. You miss me? I could go out and do cool stuff, and that may be one step closer to it. That's actually, I hadn't thought about what I do with a Lychee, but I want that life. I was in a plane, right, and I'm seeing all these people. I'm like, wait, they live in the same. I'm assuming, I don't know for sure, but like they live in the same place. They have an average life. They do all this basic average stuff, but I don't want to be average. Like I don't really like love traveling in the sense of just like seeing stuff. Like, it is cool, but I want to like do stuff. Like go to a safari, go in the rainforest and like find some gorillas, go scuba diving like with like amazing animals. And I make so much money, and that's not to brag, because I've admitted how much like income I make even from YouTube and my other businesses and my job, other videos. But I'm making all this money, and I'm just stuck here. I can't do all this fun stuff. And sure, I could downsize my apartment massively, and then I'd be able to travel more. But then travel more like what, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe at a stretch. I want to be like free in the sense of just going wherever I want and not having to worry about managing all these apartment expenses and stuff. So I'm really thinking now, like, as much as I kind of like having this place, I would much rather like to be free and just be able to travel around the world. And if I want to go to Chicago, again, I want to spend 3 months in Chicago, see all my friends, have a good time with them, and do that. And I want to go spend 2 months in California, see my friends over there. And then, hey, I heard like Florida's, and maybe I just want to spend, 2 months in Florida. Maybe I want to go, and that's getting expensive if he's living in the US. Maybe then I want to go, to other so many abroad countries. There's so much out there in the world. There's so many things beyond my imagination that I can't experience because I'm just tied down to this place. So, I mean, I'm excited right now. I've need to kind of process and really think about it and break it down. But I really, for one, I'm probably going to get rid of everything I just bought, which costs so much money. But if you make a mistake once, don't let it make more in the future and move into a furnished apartment, like no matter what at the end of this year, because I want to be able to just go around and see the world. If I can book that apartment for, 3-4 months, and I'll downsize it big because I won't have so much stuff, and then go somewhere else. And I was thinking, like, if my mom leaves California and moves to Chicago, then I could, live with her and then go other places as well for fun. I don't know what I'm gonna do with Elaichi here, but this like realization just hit me on the plane. I even bought like the in-plane Wi-Fi for like $19 to see like what furnished apartments are here. Because I also, in another topic, I was journaling about like what made me really happy, right? It's obviously exercising, sleeping, but these like material goods, even having this nice apartment, it's mostly just the light I like coming in, not really having all this nice, minimalistic, clean, expensive stuff. So I think I'm really at a crossroads, and as much as I would say, it sucked, I just bought that bed for 200, bought the mattress for 300, bought, these stools, bought this couch, bought all this stuff you see, which was not cheap. I spent a lot of money on this. But I'd rather just eat that cost and like resell it on Craigslist and eBay and be free to go out and see the world and not be average and stuck in one place than I would, wanting to stay here. So I talked to my mom, like I just sent her a message, like, yeah, if you guys were thinking about, moving to Chicago, like I'd be with it. That should we get like a townhome, I get one spot, she gets one spot, and if I leave, she rents it out. Who knows? I'm definitely not going back to California and cannot live there. But yeah, like this book kind of really inspired me right now. Maybe I'm just on like, an emotional high, but I want to see what's out there. There's another YouTuber you might as well know, another brown boy called Hamza, like very successful self-improvement YouTuber. And he's out in like Thailand right now. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool. What if I just went to Thailand? My immediate thought was, oh, on like a trip for a week. Why can't I spend more time there? Then it's like, oh, like I'm tied here. My bill's here, but why is that the case? Why not be free? And maybe like get rid of all this stuff, and I throw like I just have my clothes on me and a few other things, and I just throw away a couple other essential stuff in like one of those like big boxes in like a pod or something. Maybe like a few boxes worth of stuff, like a blender and some spices, whatever random stuff I need if I need like to be in a furnished apartment. Yeah, I don't want to be average, just like live my whole life being, oh well, we took 2 trips a year, and we went to this cool place, and oh, every 3 years we go to an international. No, I want to go out and see the world, and that's just been on my mind. If it's so cheap to do that in other countries, and I make so much money now, why am I stuck here? My mom also told me when I got this apartment, like, don't buy these expensive things, like buy that for when you really get a big house for your family and you settle in. And she was right. Like, I'm young, I don't like need all this stuff. I could live with just like a couple backpacks and a suitcase. I probably shouldn't have gotten all this stuff now, but it's too late. Maybe if I get a family in the future, then I want to like settle down in one spot and buy the nice stuff there. But yeah, it sucks. I'm gonna have to like look at like selling all this stuff for like a third of the price, all these couches and stuff I bought, my desk stuff here. And this is a nice apartment, but when you're this young, like, sure, it's nice to invite older members over and have a good time with them and show them like the nice spot I'm able to afford, but not to like show off, but to welcome them and invite them into my home. But more than anything, I'm young now. I want to go out and see the world. Like, I don't want to be stuck here. And same way, like, you don't want to be like, I don't want to be forced to go to work. I want to be able to work remotely. I shouldn't be stuck in one place. So I guess this video was me more of just like talking to myself and thinking it over. I'm gonna call one of my cousins, he's like a brother to me, and kind of see what he thinks about it and stuff like that. And all this other stuff, and what I'm gonna do with Elaichi and things like that. But I for sure want to be location independent. So maybe like me talking to myself in this video helped you out as well. Maybe you have some thoughts you want to share in the comments. Or I don't really care like the analytics of like this channel, but this has been on my mind, so I'm gonna throw this video out there. Anyway, I just got back from Chicago. I got a bunch of stuff to do. I got a workout in. Look how small I look right now. Look at that. I have nothing on me right now, so I hit the gym. I've skipped leg day twice and everything else. My sleep routine's messed up, so I want to be like on it for tomorrow. So I get some stuff done before then, eat something. But hope you did enjoy this, and I'll see you in the next one.